We'll see what that leads to here coming up in the second quarter.
I've already noticed two different half-court defenses run by Byrnes. They started the game in a 1-3-1. Hanna kind of penetrated the gaps and kicked it out and got a couple of baskets. Then they went to the 2-3 zone, and Hanna started shooting over the top of it and got hot from three-point line. But Byrnes has kind of been steady, chipping away at it.
Byrnes has some good guards that can penetrate and kick, and that's one of the things. But also, Byrnes has their center. I actually list him as a forward. Evan Eno's 6'7", and he probably goes all of 250, and he's doing some work inside. So Hanna's going to have their work cut out for him now with Jacarius Patterson on the bench with 2 fouls.
Inbounds pass goes to Hill for Byrnes to start the second quarter, being guarded by Matt Tolley. Hill to Walker. Long three, no good. Rebound, Matt Tolley, he stepped out of bounds. It'll be Byrnes' ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Look for the cross screen. Look for a flex cut here on the baseline, too. Having trouble getting it in. Into the backcourt to McDowell. McDowell inside. We got a charging foul.
Great play there by Darius Armstrong to set his feet and take that charge.
Charging foul on Walker. Be Hanna's basketball. Byrnes is now in a diamond and one press. Into Edwards. Across the timeline to Tolley. Back to Edwards. Right wing. Inside Hogan. Puts it up, no good. Rebound Armstrong. No good. A little bit strong. We have a traveling on Byrnes. I think Staggs was making his move before he knew what he was going to do. And Martin brings it up for Hanna. Still 22-13, Hanna. Martin drives right to Hogan, to Armstrong, to Edwards. Anthony Edwards into the lane. Down low to Tolley. Tolley's kind of in trouble, has the ball taken away. Up court to Staggs. Staggs pulls up a runner, got it. 22-15, Hanna.
Yeah, down with it.
Martin into the lane to Hogan, to Tolley. Tolley on the right wing, puts it on the floor to Armstrong, to Martin. Martin drives to Tolley for three. No good. And Anthony Edwards stepped out of bounds in his attempt to save it. And it'll be Byrnes' ball. I think Byrnes right now is on a 6-0 run. Zay Williams returns to the lineup for Hanna. Hanna's in the man-to-man press. And the inbounds pass goes to Hill. Beneath Hill brings it up against Zay Williams. Left-handed dribble. Top of the key. Inside to Caton. Knocked away. Picked up by Armstrong. Darius Armstrong going to take it all the way. And he is fouled.
Really, really good defense there by Darius as he overplayed the entry pass and was able to knock it away and take it coast to coast and pick up the foul on Enos there.
Darius Armstrong shooting two. First one is good. Breaks about a 3-minute scoring drought by Hanna. Leads back to 8. Second free throw up and good. Edwards on Staggs. Staggs is a good ball player.
He has good-looking athlete. Now he's open in the corner for three.
Shots long, they're good. Caton puts it back up and in. He got inside position, sealed off his man, got the offensive rebound on the weak side and scored. Armstrong to Williams. 24-17 Hanna. Williams to Armstrong. Rifles a pass down low to Edwards, and he got it.
Great assist. Good finish by Ant.
Hill brings it up quickly for Byrnes. Gets into the lanes, jump stop, has the ball knocked away, picked up by Martin. Hanna's got a 3-on-2 break. Martin's going to take it all the way. It's blocked. Hogan follows it up and scores.
Dan, you said early in this broadcast that Jameer Hogan would have to play some important minutes, and there they are right there. That was a good pickup by you and great play and follow right there by Jameer.
And Byrnes calls a timeout. And with 5:16 to go in the second quarter, Hanna's lead is back up to 11, 28-17. Sorry for the technical difficulties at the beginning of the game, but I think we now have them straightened out.
Yeah, they've got a full timeout here, and Byrnes went on a little run, but Hanna's been able to stretch this thing back out to 11 points and with 5:16 here left in the half. Both teams coming off impressive wins in the first round. Hanna especially blowing out Chapin, but they're in a dogfight here tonight.
Coach Sheridan of the TLHanna staff told me before the game that in his opinion, he thinks Byrnes is probably the third best team in 5A. But then he was quick to say that he thinks Hanna's the fourth best. So this should go down to the wire.
Yeah, I currently think in the state rankings, Byrnes is seventh and Hanna's eighth. So wherever you put them, you know that they're tight and equally matched.
And Staggs brings it up for Byrnes. Kobe Staggs. To McDowell. McDowell to Caton. Throws it away. Another turnover by Byrnes.
Yeah, Byrnes wants to work that perimeter and then try to get it into Caton, and he's been a handful to deal with for Hanna's bigs, but so far the guards have been doing a really good job of keeping pressure.
Byrnes has gone man-to-man. Hogan's going to try a three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Caton. Caton to Staggs. To McDowell. Back to Staggs. High ball screen. Shot is blocked from behind.
Yeah, Jameer Hogan getting that block. Good play by Jameer.
Edwards to Williams. Inside to Hogan. Hogan powers it up. No good. Rebound comes down to Byrnes. Outlet pass to McDowell. McDowell brings it up the left side to the top of the key. Enos for three. Got it. 6'7", sophomore. And we have a timeout. Hanna?
Yeah, Dan, in the game notes we've got at 6'7", freshman, big, tall, even Enos. The notes say outside shooter, and you could see there he had a really good stroke. He was 2-3 feet beyond the arc and made it look easy.
Yeah, I think Coach Arrington's making the team aware this kid can shoot. So you can't stand there with your hands down when he has it at the wing.
It's a luxury to have Caton at 6'6", or 6'7" inside with a lot of girth, and then you move Enos outside. It's a tough matchup on the wing with that kind of height.
And three very quick guards to go along with it. This is the kind of game we expected. I think it's going to be like this the whole way. Looks like Jaquarius Patterson's returned to the lineup for Hanna. He's got to be careful. He's got 2 fouls.
Coach Arrington rolling the dice a little bit. I'm sure he told him be real careful. And some of that may be predicated on Caton has checked out of the game for Byrnes.
Martin in the backcourt being guarded by Staggs. Picks up his dribble to Edwards. Edwards into the lane to Martin. Martin to the elbow. Dribbles it back out to Armstrong to Williams. Jay Williams being guarded by Bird. Edwards drives baseline, gets inside, layup's good. Anthony Edwards.
Really quick move by Ant there to take the baseline and able to get it up and under for the basket.
Being guarded by Armstrong. Takes it into the lane. His runner around, no good. Rebound put up by Walker, and it's good. Jackson Walker with the putback. Cuts the lead back down to 8. Armstrong for Hanna. Looking inside to Patterson. Can't get it to him, to Martin. Martin to Edwards. Edwards again. No good. Rebound to Anthony Edwards. Edwards puts up a runner. No good. Edwards again. We're going to have a foul called on Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Ant showed great hustle there, but then a little lack of patience when he got that second rebound. Could have backed that back out.
I think that's the 6th team foul on Hanna. So the next one will put Byrnes in the bonus.
Coach Arrington doing a little offense-defense substitution.
Hollis and Hogan re-enter the lineup for Hanna. Kobe Staggs brings it up for Byrnes. 2:45 to go in the quarter. Staggs takes it down the lane, kicks it out. McDowell pulls up, free throw line jump shot, around no good, rebound Hollis. Andrew Hollis to Hogan. Hogan takes it inside, ball is knocked away. And possession will remain with the Yellow Jackets. Looks like Williams and Patterson returning the lineup, so I think you're right, doing a little offense-defense. Edwards inbounds to Patterson. Patterson puts it up. Rolls around, no good.
Yeah, on that set out of bounds play, they were able to sneak Jaquarius there on the block, and he got it and was going up hard with the right hand, got hit, and basket about went down for a three-point play.
He shoots a laser beam, doesn't he?
He does. Real flat shot, but when he's going, he's going.
Caton returns to the lineup for Byrnes, replacing Walker. And Hill returns to the lineup also for Byrnes. Patterson's second shot is good. And Jameer Hogan returns to the lineup for Jaquarius Patterson. Kenneth Hill brings it up for Byrnes, being guarded by Hollis. Hill spin move. Staggs. Staggs has the ball stripped away. Martin takes it down, no good. Rebound, Anthony Edwards, and got it.
Great steal, and then good follow by Anthony Edwards there to put that back. Stretch Hanna's lead back out to 11.
Hill to Staggs. High screen by Caton. Looked like some words were exchanged just then.
Yeah, a little bit. Jameer had a hard foul on that, but it was nothing, out of the ordinary play.
I think Staggs took exception to it, though.
He did, but he'll go to the line. He'll get his 2.
Kobe Staggs. 6-foot point guard. First one's good. Second one, good. Looks like K.J. Stevens is entering the lineup for Byrnes, replacing Cade Caton. Hanna by 9. Davian Martin. Where is Patterson? Darius Armstrong for 3. Got it.
We talked about it early in this game. When Darius is shooting well, things go really, really good for Hanna. Plays with a lot of energy and passion.
Staggs being guarded by Edwards. To Hill. Back to Staggs. long three on the wing, no good. Rebound Enos, and the ball's knocked away, and they're going to call a foul on a Darius Armstrong.
Yeah, fans don't like that one, but Darius did come across the lane and get him on that rebound.
Yeah, all the referees on this side of the court don't agree with that. Evan Enos at the free throw line. Shooting 1 and 1. And he missed it. Rebound Patterson. To Martin. Back to Jaquarius Patterson. To Anthony Edwards. Edwards. Free throw line runner. No good. A little long. Rebound comes down to Stevens.
I don't know what Anthony, I think he got in the lane and it was so wide open he didn't really know what to do with it. It confused him. He was so open.
Enos for three. Got another one. You got to get a hand up on that kid. Martin for Hanna. To the right wing. 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Martin to Patterson.
And it needs to be patient here, not pick up any cheap fouls.
Patterson to Martin. Martin backs it back out. Looks like Hanna's going to try to work for the last shot of the half. 10 seconds to go. Martin. And we got...
Call to carry.
Carrying the ball. I thought he did, and then they didn't call it. Turnover Hanna.
Left him 6.5 seconds, up by 9.
Ball nearly stolen by Hogan. There's a long three on the wing, no good by Hill, and that ends the first half of play.
Great play there by Jameer Hogan to come down and grab that rebound after diving at half court, almost making the steal, then hustled back down under the basket. So Dan, at halftime, we got the Jackets with a 9-point lead, and 2 quarters to go before moving on.
Game's kind of settled down. At the beginning, it was frenetic, back and forth. Both teams have felt each other out a little bit, and now they kind of both know what to expect. But Hanna better start putting a hand up on Enos. All right, we'll be back.
No, as you said, Dan, Hannah's got to do a good job of recognizing where their shooters are. And again, Enos on the outside at 6'7" doesn't look like your typical three-point shooter. But then, you have him at 6'7", and then you got, 6'6", 6'7", Cade Caton in the post. And it can be formidable. But Hannah's done a really good job of defense. They just need to recognize that going forward and make others score because it's a lot easier to maintain a lead with 2-point shots inside than having people raining threes on you.
It is. All right, we're going to take a break for about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back with the halftime stats. And the score at halftime is TLHanna 36, Byrnes 27. All right, we're back at TLHanna for the start of the third quarter here in a couple minutes. Fred Tolley's got some very unofficial stats for you.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, what we're looking at, Byrnes had multiple turnovers, double-digit turnovers. Sorry, my microphone's kind of having some difficulties, but I'll try to make sure it works for you. But again, Hanna forced 10, Byrnes 10 turnovers. The Yellow Jackets had a total of 6. Byrnes had 2 steals, where Hanna had 8, and that led to a lot of points for the Jackets off of those turnovers. They were able to convert that, and that's a big stat, one that can really make a lot of difference going into this second half. Even with the size advantage that Byrnes has, Hanna was able to out-rebound them 15-11, and both teams, are crashing the board hard, but really the big difference is in those turnovers and points off turnovers that the Jackets have been able to convert. In the first half, the Yellow Jackets had 8 fouls, with Byrnes with 5, so they did score a couple from the free throw line in the 1-on-1 situation that Hanna was not able to take advantage of. But again, overall, pretty evenly statistically. The big one was the turnover and steal margin that the Yellow Jackets had that led to this 9-point halftime lead.
Now, Hanna started out, lights out from 3 to start the game, and that's what allowed them to build this 8, 9, 10-point lead most of the way. But like I said earlier, it's kind of settled down, and it's going to be a tough, hard-nosed game. Getting ready to start the third quarter, and I think it should be Hanna's basketball.
Dan, I believe it will be the Yellow Jackets basketball. And what they need to do is to continue to be aggressive, but we talked about this. Byrnes is a team, they're big enough, strong enough, and have enough shooting that they can come back in this. The Yellow Jackets just need to continue to do their thing, take the shots that are given, don't force, eat clock when they can, stay out of foul trouble.
So here we go, start the third quarter. Both teams with their starting lineups back in.
Looks like Byrnes is going to come out in a man-to-man.
And Martin brings it up for Hanna. David Martin inside. Anthony Edwards powers it up, but no call. Here comes Byrnes on the run. Staggs going to take it all the way in. Enos out to McDowell. McDowell's 3, no good. Rebound to Darius Armstrong.
Big, strong rebound by Darius there.
Lead pass to Martin. Martin in the corner. 3. Got it.
Big shot by Javian there.
Hill for Byrnes to Enos. Trying to get the ball inside to Caton. Staggs being guarded by Edwards. Staggs takes it in. Floater. Got it.
He's able to penetrate Hanna's defense there, Dan, and get an easy layup.
But Jaquarius was smart to back off. He didn't want to commit his third. There's Zay Williams pulling out a play for Hanna. Byrnes in a man-to-man. Williams down the lane, laying, no good. Rebound, Enos.
Zay found himself in there amongst the trees and didn't really know what to do with it.
Hill, left-handed shot, right wing, no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound comes down to Enos.
That was good work on the boards by the Jackets to keep that ball alive, and it unfortunately just fell right to Enos.
A gift. Enos got a gift that time. Martin to Williams. Picks up his dribble. Bounce pass it to Edwards, and he throws it away.
He tried to hit Anthony on a back cut there. That's a pass they just don't need to take. That's a forced pass. It's tough, but the sophomore guard will learn.
Beneath Hill. Back cut McDowell down the lane, and we have
Kickoff. It's a really pretty back cut by the Rebels, but fortunately Hanna got a toe on it.
Enos over Armstrong. No good. Rebound Caton. Puts it back up, and it goes down.
Byrnes fan arguing for a foul there.
Patterson for 3.
Big, deep 3 there by Jaquarius. A hold on Javian.
I thought he did.
If you're going to play aggressive defense, you're going to get some of those calls. You just kind of roll through them.
We got a stoppage. Anthony Edwards ties his shoe. 5:48 to go in the third quarter. Hanna leads 42 to 33. Hill to Staggs. Staggs brings it up. Still has the dribble. Crossover dribble, has the ball knocked away by Edwards. And we got a foul on Staggs.
Yeah, great defense there by Anthony. We've talked about, he might be the best on-ball defender in the upstate, and he showed it there again. Stagg is a quality point guard, and Anthony just shut him down.
Javen Martin to Armstrong to Williams. Little side pick and roll. Patterson shoots a three. And that ball is deflected down and bounds. That's Hanna's ball.
Yeah, the initial call, and the ref under the basket couldn't see that. Good work there by the officials to correct each other.
Rebound Caton for Byrnes. Hill, jump stop into the lane. No good. Rebound Williams. Williams is back the other way for Hanna. Bounce pass to Martin. Martin stops for a long three. No good. Rebounds Aquarius Patterson. And we have...
They're going to call that on Patterson on the floor. That was a tough call there. Said he hooked him with his off arm.
Hill brings it up across the 10-second line for Byrnes. To Caton, to elbow, to Enos. McDowell for three straight away, got it.
Good looking shot off the curl there by the Rebels.
Byrnes has cut the lead to 6. Armstrong. Williams.
Hanna doesn't need to fall in love with the three.
Williams straight away, top the key, he got it.
Just as I say that, I love that three.
Oh no, oh, good shot. Staggs brings it up for Byrnes. Horn set by Byrnes. Caton rolls inside, knocked away. Knocked away by Anthony Edwards. Aquarius Patterson, better be careful here.
Yeah, that's one of those where I know, and Jaquarius wants to be aggressive there, but he's probably better off to pull that one back out.
And Coach Arrington goes to the bench and brings in Jameer Hogan.
Really played quality minutes in the first half.
Hill for Byrnes, being guarded by Zay Williams. Hill across the 10-second line, right side, drives it into the lane, jump stop. Shot is up, and it's good. Little isolation play. Martin to Hogan. Anthony Edwards powers it in. Shot is deflected, and they're going to call a foul on, I think, Kenneth Hill.
Yeah, I think you're right. Anthony did a really strong, aggressive move on the baseline, was able to get in the air, got contact. And when you can draw that contact, the officials are going to generally give that to you.
First one's good. Little fortuitous bounce there for him.
Yeah, and that puts Anthony Edwards into double figures. And he's one of those guys that quietly gets into double figures a lot of games, and his defense is what really leads his game, but he's a scorer too.
We got the second one. Hanna's leads back to 9. Hill. Into the lane again. All the way to the basket, and he scores. I think they found something.
Yeah, Zay's got 2 or 3 fouls, and he's being too cautious, and you need to really D up.
Martin.
Too tight a defense by the Rebels, and they call a foul.
Byrnes takes Enos out of the ball game and brings back in Jackson Walker. And they've also brought into the game Deshaun Bird, who's listed at 5'3". Martin. Williams.
Byrnes hasn't mixed up the defenses as much, Dan, in the second half. They've been playing more straight man-to-man. I think a lot of that is due to Hanna's outside shooting has forced them out of that zone.
Martin to Hogan. Hogan down the lane. Has his shot blocked and traveling
He did. That's a good call. He walked.
did.
Good defense by the Rebels calls that walk.
Hill down in the corner. Bird drive his baseline. Has the ball knocked away out of bounds off of Hanna.
Yeah, I believe Bird got in there, all 5-3 of him, and I didn't want any part of being under the basket.
Staggs, baseline. He stepped out of bounds.
Did, yeah.
Good call. Yellow Jackets need a basket. Armstrong from way downtown is going to be short. Rebound to Byrnes. Staggs has it going back the other way. McDowell to Staggs, three-pointer. No good. Rebound comes down to McDowell. The Bird. No good. And rebound by Anthony Edwards. Edwards, inside out dribble, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Dan, you look up, and it feels like the Jackets have played a really good, third quarter to this point, but it's only a 47-40 lead, so this is a game that still can come down to it. The Jackets still need to execute. One of the things looking in their favor, Byrnes racking up some fouls here.
Bounce pass to Patterson on the inbounds, and he scores.
Second time they've run that set play out of bounds. Little curl route by Patterson, and Anthony Edwards taking out, is real patient, finds him for an easy basket.
I think Jackson Walker on Byrnes was caught ball watching that time. That's a great cut by Patterson. 30-second timeout. This game stayed in about a 6 to 10-point range now for about a quarter and a half.
Yeah, the Jackets have hit big shots when the time is, they need to. Byrnes has come out. They've got size. They're bigger and stronger inside than the Yellow Jackets. But the Jackets want to play that full court game where it looks like Byrnes really is, content to sit back and try to make it a half court game. But they're going to have to change up because, this lead has kind of stayed in that 8 to 11 point range, as you said, for about 2 quarters now.
Jameer Hogan is back in for Jaquarius Patterson. And Hanna, like always, picks up full court man. Pass goes to McDowell. Jason McDowell. Picked up by Hogan. Staggs skip pass to Bird. McDowell. Drives to Bird. To McDowell. Jump stop in the lane, blocked away by Hogan. Picked up by Walker, and he scores.
Good move by Walker there inside. That was a tough shot. He was under the basket, but was able to get there and make it.
Armstrong to Edwards, back to Armstrong. Into the lane, puts it up, and scores. He scored over Enos that time. And it leads back to 9. Kobe Staggs. His runner short. Rebound. Martin on the run. Takes it into McDowell and loses the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, he was trying to draw contact there, which was the right move. The ball just got loose from him, turned over to the Rebels. And Hanna's pretty much stayed in their man-to-man defense, and they do a real good job switching and just really have aggravated the Rebels.
Ooh, Martin.
Looked like a push-off.
Hounding McDowell. Enos for three. He got another one.
Catch and shoot. He's got a good-looking shot. He got that off in a split second.
Williams. Byrnes has gone back to the 2-3 zone. Looks like Hanna's going to be content to take a little time off the clock. We're down to 25 seconds to go to the third quarter. Williams to Martin, to Armstrong, to Williams, 18 seconds. Williams into the lane, to Armstrong for three. No good. Rebound comes down to Byrnes. McDowell to Walker. His lay-in's good.
Walker's been impressive the last two times down with his finish.
And the lead is 4 as we enter the fourth quarter of play. It's TLHanna 51, Byrnes 47.
Buckle your seatbelts here, Dan, as we get ready to go into what could be a fantastic finish here heading into the fourth quarter. We'll take a break with them and be back in just a moment.
Here we go, back at TLHanna High School, Anderson, South Carolina. Start of the fourth quarter of the second round of the state tournament. Hanna leads Byrnes 51-47. I have a feeling this one's going to be a nail biter all the way down to the end.
Yeah, Dan, the gym is really packed tonight, and it's loud, and you can tell that it's playoff atmosphere.
Knife Hill being guarded by Zay Williams. To Staggs. Staggs picked up by Jaquarius Patterson. Staggs, good move, down the lane, lay in, no good, rebound Staggs, and he scores.
Quickly a two-point game. Staggs a player, but I think the Rebels want to run through Enos and Caton here. We'll see what the Jackets do to try to move this thing back out.
Martin, baseline, stuck, out to Williams. Zay Williams, backs it out. Trying to get Byrnes to extend their 2-3 zone a little bit. Martin will shoot a three, long, no good. Rebound, Anthony Edwards, no good. Rebound to Darius Armstrong, and he's fouled.
That glass work by the Jackets, first by Anthony Edwards and then by Darius Armstrong. You just can't overemphasize what it means to get offensive rebounds. Those second chance buckets are huge coming down the stretch.
And I believe Knife Hill just fouled out for Byrnes. Darius Armstrong at the free throw line, shooting two. First one, no good. Hanna's gone cold. They've been stuck on 51 for a while now. Darius Armstrong, second free throw, good. Leads to three.
Jackson need to really bear down on defense here and see if they can get a stop.
McDowell working on Zay Williams. Williams reaches in.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Yep.
It's 135 feet from the basket. You just don't need it.
Byrnes' ball. McDowell has it. Timeline. To Caton. Back to McDowell.
Good switch defense.
Enos. Enos has the ball stripped away by Martin. David Martin, all the way, lay in, no good. Anthony Edwards is following, and he's fouled.
Again, we talk about it over and over, but what Anthony Edwards brings to this team, an offensive rebound is just huge. And he's able to get in there, get the rebound, get fouled, 2 shots, try to extend this Hanna lead.
Edwards' first free throw is in and out, no good.
These free throws are going to become real important down the stretch, Dan.
Edwards, second free throw. It's good. Hanna's lead is back to 4. Inbounds pass knocked away.
Yeah, again, Anthony Edwards doing everything he can. Was able to get his hand on that and knock it away into the Byrnes player's hand.
He's doing everything he can to will Hanna this victory. Into Armstrong. Out to Martin. Looks like Byrnes has gone back to man. David Martin. High pick and roll. Martin in the corner to Edwards. Anthony Edwards drives it out. Gets it to the lane. Darius Armstrong to Martin. Martin puts it on the floor, cut off by McDowell. Martin retains possession. Right wing. Into the lane. Down the lane. Shots blocked.
Anthony Edwards, offensive rebound and a putback.
There
Dan, he's doing
Anthony
everything.
Edwards. And Byrnes takes the timeout.
We've talked about this over and over, but what he brings to his team, you just can't really, you can't put a price on it. He just, his hustle, his defense, he gets his points. Again, he's got 12, 14 points in this game, and it's all because of effort and hustle. And again, we've mentioned this off the air, but why he is not getting attention from college coaches, I'll never understand it, because there's not a better teammate, there's not a better player from a hustle perspective.
I just don't get it. We still have 5 minutes and 49 seconds of basketball left to play.
Had to stretch this out back to a 6-point lead when Byrnes had done all they can to claw back in and get it to win it on bucket.
And we really do have a good crowd tonight. Byrnes brought quite a few people to this game, and the home side of the gym is pretty close to being packed.
It's capacity on the home side, and the visitor side, as you can see on the cameras, it's dotted well with people. Great atmosphere for playoff basketball.
Byrnes' ball. McDowell will bring it up. Kazan McDowell. The Stags. To Walker, back to Stags, picked up by Martin. Stags for 3, no good, rebound to Darius Armstrong. Big rebound.
Hanna's help and switch defense has really been good tonight.
Zay Williams getting some sort of call from Arrington. Coach Arrington. Williams drives it to the right wing. Drives it, penetrates, kicks it out. Armstrong's 3 short. And the rebound comes to Walker. McDowell to Stags. Euro step into the lane. And he got it.
Nice Euro there. And the bucket for Stags.
Martin to Patterson. To Williams. Back to Patterson. Aquarius Patterson to David Martin. Under 5 minutes to go. 55-51 Hanna. Looks like Byrnes now has gone into a 1-3-1 zone. Williams. Rebound on the floor, loose. We have the
scrum under there, and again, our guy Anthony Edwards coming out with it.
We have a jump ball, and it's Hanna's ball. Edwards to Armstrong to Martin. Inside to Armstrong, passes at his feet. Ball's on the floor, and we have a jump ball, and it will be Byrnes' basketball.
Yeah, it was a good cut and a good play to have Darius cut there on the block. The pass was just at his feet, and he couldn't handle it. Allowed Byrnes to tie it up for the jump ball.
Byrnes has a chance to cut it to either 2 or 1 with a 3. McDowell brings it up. Being guarded by Zay Williams. McDowell to Enos, to Walker. Little weave action up top. McDowell. Caton with the screen. McDowell from way downtown, no good. Rebound. Anthony Edwards.
Smart play to pull that out.
To Martin. Free throw line. Round, no good. Rebound. Darius Armstrong up. No good. Rebound. Edwards, good.
Offensive rebounds, Dan. It's been the key to this game. And the two that have done the most.
Staggs has the ball knocked away, but he picks it back up. Over to Enos, back to Staggs. Kobe Staggs. Walker. Floater in the lane. Short. Rebound. Armstrong. To Anthony Edwards. To Darius Armstrong. And here comes Hanna with 3 minutes to go. Zay Williams in the backcourt.
Looks like the Rebels are back in man.
Zay Williams into the lane. Kicks it out to Armstrong. To Martin. Ball's retained by Hanna.
I think Coach Arrington called a timeout just to kind of settle his guys down, understand that they don't have to force things.
I'm glad he did because I could not see what was going on.
Agreed. Dan, we've talked about this. The key to this game is unbelievable the amount of offensive rebound and hustle from Anthony Edwards and Darius Armstrong underneath the basket. Multiple times that they've got those offensive rebounds and have either been able to score or put it up and get fouled. And that's honestly the key to why Hanna's been able to hold this lead here in late in the fourth quarter.
Do you think Coach Arrington's going to try to back it out and take some time off the clock, or do you think he's going to still attack? We've got 2:33 left to go.
Well, that's really not his style, is to back it out at all. But I think what he'll do is tell them to be patient. If they've got an open shot or they can work the ball in, do. Wouldn't be surprised to see him come out of this with a set offense and a play to get the ball on the block, because I don't think they need to jack up threes here, but I don't think they need to hold it to the point where you get a turnover. I wouldn't be surprised to see a set play on the block for either Darius Armstrong or Jaquarius Patterson.
It's Hanna's ball on the far sideline.
Watch for some action in a screen to open one of those on the blocks coming out of this timeout.
Inbounds pass goes to Anthony Edwards, being guarded by Walker. Byrnes is in a man-to-man. Armstrong down the lane, pump fakes, throws it away. And he fouls McDowell.
Yeah, it was a breakaway, and it was a hard foul as they got their feet tangled up. There was nothing intentional there. But at the same time, Dan, that's one of those lucky fouls that it's probably a good thing Anthony did it.
Byrnes will inbounds to Caton, to Staggs. McDowell for three, short. Rebound comes down to Jaquarius Patterson, to Darius Armstrong, to Zay Williams. Hanna needs to take care of the basketball. Armstrong into the lane, throws it away. Staggs' layup, no good. Rebound, Jaquarius Patterson. Caught a break.
Yeah, Darius Armstrong, he caused a rush on that shot with his hustle defense to get back.
Martin to Armstrong. 1:47 to go. Edwards. Back to Armstrong. Layup, no good, but he's fouled. Darius Armstrong at the free throw line, shooting two.
Don't need to tell you how big, Dan, these are.
First one, no good.
Hanna has survived a couple of turnovers, some missed free throws, but have done just enough to keep this at a 6-point game. Minute 40 to go.
Enos back in the ball game for Byrnes. Darius Armstrong. Shots up. Got it. Lead 7. 3-possession ball game. McDowell. To Enos. Long. Rebound. Williams. And Williams is fouled.
A little force there by Enos. He's a good shooter, but he rushed that one.
He's young. He'll just get better. What is he, a 6'7" sophomore?
Yeah, actually, I believe that, Dan, let me look at my notes here, but I believe he might be a freshman. No, excuse me, you're right. He's a sophomore.
Zay Williams at the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1. Got to have these. His first one is good.
We got our own sophomore that can score.
That's true. That's true. Hanna's leads 8. Williams' second one is good. Ice water in his veins. Staggs brings it up quickly for Byrnes. Picked up by Patterson. Staggs for 3. Got it.
Big shot and a timeout for Byrnes. Dan Byrnes, excuse me on my microphone. Byrnes is in that situation where they've got to put up threes, and Hanna, well, to be honest with you, they don't have to. They got time to score inside and then come back and play defense or foul. But I understand the mentality of needing or feeling you want to do that, and the Jackets need to be aware and guard those shooters on the perimeter.
Minute 21 left to go in this ball game, and it's been a good one. Nobody has left this gymnasium. Be interested to see what Byrnes comes out in. I bet you they really turn up the defense.
Yeah, and that's an opportunity to either pick up a foul, get to the free throw line, make buckets, or then a lot of times you'll see it on a run out. They're overplaying defense, and it leads to easy transition baskets for the Jackets. We'll be interested to see how this plays out here with 1:21 to go.
Looks like they're in a diamond and one. What you want to do here is not inbound it to the corner.
Yeah, because this trap is set up to pinch you right there in the corner.
Inbounds to Martin.
And there it is.
To the middle to Williams. To Anthony Edwards. Edwards will stop. Fire. No good. Rebound. Out of bounds, and it belongs to Byrnes. They might have been advised to kind of back that one out, I think. Lead is 6. 1:10 to go. Into Staggs. Kobe Staggs brings it up for Byrnes. Being guarded by Edwards. High pick and roll. Backdoor cut by Enos. Bird for 3. No good. Rebound, Anthony Edwards. And he's fouled. And we're under a minute to play.
The Jackets lead at 6 with Ant going to the line to shoot 2.
Anthony Edwards shooting 1 and 1. He got it.
Calm, cool, and collected. Anthony Edwards up there just knocks that first one down.
Back to a 3-possession game. His second one. No good. Rebound to Staggs. Under 50 seconds to go. Staggs. High pick and roll. McDowell from the volleyball line. No good. Rebound to Bird. Bird has his pass deflected, picked up by Patterson. Zay Williams, and he's going to be fouled in the backcourt.
Dan, the Jackets can smell it now. Up 7 points, 33.9 seconds to go. The sophomore at the line, try to knock down 2 free throws.
Zay Williams. First one, got it. I am not going to put the kiss of death on him.
You know, the poise for a sophomore to come in here in this big playoff game and just stand up the line and just knock them down like that.
Hannah's leads back to 9. Staggs to McDowell. His 3. He got it.
I would imagine that, and they call a quick timeout for Byrnes. Get this back to a 6-point game. It's going to be a free throw contest for the Jackets as they come down to end this game. That's really Byrnes' only play unless they're able to somehow steal the inbounds.
Hannah's now in the double bonus. And Hannah actually has 2 fouls to give. So that could be a factor. Foul them before they can jack up the 3. Trying to check real quick to see if we got any scores from around the state. I don't see any other than Woodlands ahead of Marion 21-12 in the second quarter. Hannah's ball.
Yeah, Dan, if the Jackets are able to hold on here, they'll either play, back to action.
Armstrong had the ball knocked away, but they called a foul on Walker.
Yeah, as I was saying, if the Jackets hold on, they'll either play Lexington in Lexington or Rock Hill at home, depending on the outcome of that game tonight.
And that was actually the game I was looking for the score for, and I don't see it. But then again, this thing hasn't been updated because it says Hannah's ahead 22-13. Darius Armstrong at the free throw line, shooting 2. Double bonus. Deep breath. Short. Leaving a lot of points at the free throw line. (63-57) TLHanna. Armstrong's second one. He got it. Back to a 3-possession game. Inbounds pass to Staggs. Staggs brings it up for Byrnes. To McDowell. McDowell being guarded by Edwards. McDowell can't get a shot off. Staggs forces up the 3. No good. Saved to Jaquarius Patterson.
That's going to do it, Dan.
Yeah, it looks like Hannah's going to walk out of here with a 64-57 victory over Byrnes.
Welcome to the third round of the playoff, Yellow Jackets. Dan, what a great night of basketball here at TLHanna High School, and we'll have to wait for the scores of the Rock Hill Lexington game to find out who the Jackets' next opponent is. But I believe that will be Wednesday night, round 3 of the South Carolina High School boys basketball playoffs.
Go Bearcats. Go Rock Hill.
Yeah, we'd love to have that third round game at home.
So this is Dan Sheridan for Fred Tolley. We're going to be signing off. And the final score, once again, TLHanna 64, Byrnes 57.